Yehovah Svaot Elohim, Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh. Please fill me and lead me, and cover me and stir me, and speak through me with your Ruach HaKodesh, that I may speak your written words boldly and with humility to all those who listen. I ask all these things in Yeshua Mashiach's name. Amen. We'll start with the Shema. Listen and obey. Children of Yehovah, pay careful attention and respond. Yehovah is our power and authority. Yehovah works in unity with himself. And you shall act upon your love to Yehovah with your power and authority, with your thoughts in mind, with your entire body, with all the muchness that you have. Yod, Hey, Vav, Hey. Hand, behold, nail, behold. 2 Kings chapter 6. The guild prophet said to Elisha, "As you can see, the place where we are living in order to be with you is too small for us. Please allow us to go to the Yarden. Each of us will collect a log there, and will build a place there for us to live." He answered, "Go ahead." But one of them said, "Please, won't you come with your servants?" He answered, "All right, I will." So he went with them. When they arrived at the Yarden, they cut down trees, but as one was felling a tree trunk, the head of the axe fell in the water. "Oh no," he cried, "my master, it was a borrowed one." The man of God asked, "Where did it fall?" He showed him the place. Then Elisha cut a stick, threw it in there, and the iron axe head floated to the surface. "Lift it out," he said. So he put out his hand and took it. Now the king of Aram went to war against Israel, and in consulting his servants, he said, "I'll set up my ambush camp in such and such place." The man of God sent this message to the king of Israel: "Be careful not to go past such and such place, because Aram will attack there." So the king of Israel sent men to the place the men of God had told them and warned him about, and he took special precautions there. This happened more than once or twice, and it greatly upset the king of Aram. He called his servants and said to them, "Tell me, which of you is betraying us to the king of Israel?" One of his servants replied, "It's not that, my lord king. Rather, Elisha, the prophet who is in Israel, tells the king of Israel the words you speak privately in your own bedroom." He said, "Go and see where he is, so that I can send and bring him here." They told him, "He's in Datan." So he sent horses, chariots, and a large army there. They came by night and surrounded the city. The servant of the man of God got up early in the morning on going outside, and saw an army with horses and chariots surrounding the city. His servant said to him, "Oh, my master, this is terrible. What are we going to do?" He answered, "Don't be afraid. Those who with us outnumber those who were with them." Elisha prayed, "Yehovah, I ask you to open his eyes so that he can see." Then Yehovah opened the young man's eyes, and he saw. There before him, all around Elisha, the mountain was covered with horses and fiery chariots. When they came down to him, Elisha prayed to Yehovah, "Please strike these people blind." And he struck them blind, as Elisha had asked. Next, Elisha told them, "You've lost your way, and this isn't even the right city. Follow me, and I will take you to the man you're looking for." Then he led them to Shamron. On their arrival in Shamron, Elisha said, "Yehovah, open the eyes of these men so that they can see." Yehovah opened their eyes, and they saw. There they were, in the middle of Shamron. When the king of Israel saw them, he asked Elisha, "My father, should I attack them? Should I attack them?" He answered, "Don't attack them. You wouldn't even attack prisoners you had captured with your own sword and bow, would you? So give them food to eat and water to drink, and let them return to their master." So he provided well for them, And after they had eaten and drunk, he sent them away, and they returned to their master. After that, no more raiding parties entered the land of Israel from Aram. But some time afterwards, Benhadad, king of Aram, gathered all his army, went up and led siege to Shamron. At the time, there was a severe famine in Shamron, and they maintained their siege until a donkey's head sold for 80 pieces of silver and a half pint of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. As the king of Israel was passing by the wall, a woman cried out to him, "Help, my lord king," he said. "If Yehova isn't helping you, how do you expect me to help you? There isn't enough grain, and there isn't enough wine." Then the king asked her, "What's troubling you?" She answered, "This woman said to me, 'Give me your son so that we can eat him today, and we'll eat my son tomorrow.' So we boiled my son and ate him. The next day I said to her, 'Give your son so that we can eat him.' But she has hidden her son." When the king heard what the woman said, he tore his clothes. At the time he was passing by the wall, and when the people looked, they saw him there with sackcloth against his skin. Then he said, "May God do terrible things to me and worse ones too, if the head of Elisha, the son of Shaphat, remains on his body by day's end." Elisha was sitting in his house, and the leaders were sitting there with him. The king sent a messenger ahead, but before he arrived, Elisha said to the leaders, "Do you see how this son of a murderer has sent someone to remove my head? Look, when the messengers come, close the door and keep it shut against him. You can hear his master's footsteps following right behind him." While he was still speaking, the messenger arrived with the message from the king, "Here, this evil is from Yehova. Why should I wait for Yehova any longer?" How can we learn to love our Creator after reading this 6th chapter of 2 Kings? We can trust in Yehova, the Elohim, who has control over all creation. Listen and act on the written words of Yehova. Trust in Yehova even when what you see makes no sense. Pray that Yehova will open eyes to see the truth of the written words of Yehova. Pray for others to be blind. Pray the way that heads to Yehova. Follow the way that heads to Yehova. Trust in Yehova for your eyes to be opened. Cry out for help from Yehova. Aim to be set apart for the work of Yehova. Wait on Yehova, seeking his direction. How can we love others as Yeshua loves us? We can pray that eyes be open to Yehova, that salvation is found in him. Bear one another's burdens. We can proclaim the truth of the way that leads to Yehova. Produce spiritual fruit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, humility, self-control. End with the Aaronic blessing using the name. Yehova will kneel before you presenting gifts, and he will guard you with a hedge of protection. Yehova will illuminate the wholeness of his being toward you, bringing order, and he will provide you with love, sustenance, and friendship. Yehova will lift up the wholeness of his being and look upon you and will set in place all you need to be whole and complete.